Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. Got Ray from Rig PFA right there. Yeah, you're right. You know where we're at? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're right. On the pier again tonight. See what we can get. Come on. Mostly tonight, I want to look for speckled trout and white trout. I'm going to start off with a double rig, small baits. These are chartreuse sparkle beetles on 1/16 ounce jig heads. There's a slight breeze, but it's not that much of a problem. I know there's trout here. It is an agreeable night tonight. Oh, I can see the fish. It's not hot. There are some storms offshore, but the chances of them hitting us tonight are very low. It is late right now. Oh, there's a lot of fish. Not that many people on the pier fishing, but we are not alone, people. Right below me is a giant school of gaff top, of sail cats. They don't look like they're big, but I know if I switch to the sabiki, that's what I would be catching. There are some bigger fish in this mix. Like, look. Oh, that was not a gaff top. Real quick, I'm going to switch to something else. I have just 3 rods with me tonight. They're all tied up, different options. Let's see what happens when I throw a sabiki out there. There we go. Yep. Little tiny gaff top. There's millions of them. This is probably the first and only. Oh, he was spitting a lot of grass shrimp size looking things. Yeah, you talked me into it. I'll do one more cast when I get this little pesky thing off. What it does tell me is that the sabiki is too small of a bait. So we need to either stick with the little tiny sparkle beetles or go to the next rod that has a slightly bigger presentation. All right, my third option, shrimplets. Again, it's a double rig. Oh. There we go. Oh, nope. There, I got you. You came back. Nice. I switched back to the sparkle beetles, and I got myself a trout that might be 13. Close. That is an old rig. That is 12 inches. Just got to go back then. So I'm back to the shrimplets, and finally I'm starting to get hits on them. But they're just hits, like they're just bumping them. And still, it's kind of like sight fishing, because I can see the trout going back and forth right here. What's that? Oh, shit, I reached up there to turn on my headlamp and I felt nothing because it's not up there. But look at that. Let's come over here into the light and see what we have. These old man eyes couldn't tell you much until, yeah, we got here. We're a white trout. We got a white trout. We got a keeper. We've got a keeper. Breaking news. We have a keeper. Oh, I was going to measure this
11 inches.
It don't matter what it is because it's a white trout, but it is just a little over 10 inches. Look at that. Whoa, homeboy threw his cast net and look what he caught. Look at that. Ah, I didn't bring a cast net. Let's get that out. Ah,
Let me see it.
look at the size of that.
Well, give it to me.
That's your shrimp right there, that little one. Look at the size of that.
Give it while it's still alive.
Look at that, Ray.
I see him.
There we go. Oh, come on, buddy. Settle your horses down. Whoa. Shoot, that was my fault. Sorry. All right, so this is a speck, and I guarantee that it is not 13. Oh, I see them. Sometimes this happens.
I see it.
You'll
Chasing my bait, checking out my bait, but they won't get it.
Right. When I first got here, they were thick at one part of the pier, and then they thinned out, and then they thickened up right here. You got to move around. So we caught a keeper white trout here, and then seconds later, another undersized speck. And they're still here. Ah, had a hit right there. He touched it, touched the tail. I got too happy. Which one are you? You the white or are you the specky? Sound like a white the way you're croaking. Yeah, you're a white trout. So this is really small. This is the kind that you're either gonna take the gills or you're gonna cut the head. Then you gut it. You could scale it too if you like, but you fry this whole because it's too small to fillet unless you want to. So what we're gonna do, we could just use this for crab bait, but I'm not crabbing and he's good to go. We could give it to the coon, but homeboy just gave him one. What I'm gonna do is it's gonna be one for the cat and then the next one for the coon. One for the cats, one for the coon. One for the cats, one for the coon. Yeah, you're right. Oh, by the way, Ray over here really enjoyed that lump of cement that I traded him for that rod. Nah.
Still questionable.
No. Okay, jokes aside. Jokes aside. Ray actually enjoyed it when he finally got to see it.
You're lucky I already knew about those.
Why? Now you're all negative Nancy. It's because I called it a lump of cement. He was like trying to be sourpuss over there.
I'm gonna get it dated.
Like yeah, he's gonna get it dated. So the reason that Ray got really excited about the stone, or what he's decided to do with the ballast stone, right? Some of you might not know, but quite a bit of you do. Ray is actually a captain. That's Captain Ray over there with the cast net. So he's got a nautical collection going on in his man cave, and the ballast stone has become a part of that nautical collection. We're talking about what the video before this was about, when I found a ballast stone, I cleaned it up, and I traded it for a rod. We looked up on eBay, and there's people selling ballast stones for like $50 to $60. Nice speck I just picked up. Man, he smoked my shrimplet, you little stinker. I had low expectations for this fish, but it turned out that I got the hook out without too much damage. I think he's gonna make it, but he was 11 inches. There's a crab on this kite string over here. Ah, right as that hit the water too. Ah, he got off. Suckley jigs. There's still a lot of trout right here. I see specks, I see white. I see a airboat coming in. Whoa, there's a lot of trout here. You know, we might get a keeper speck, but we're gonna have to go through a lot of undersized ones tonight. Maybe next year, next summer, we'll have more 13s, all these 11s and 12 inches. Maybe in a year's time, we'll be 13. You know, the reason I say that is because this change is recent. Oh, look at that, that's crazy. Come do that crazy stuff to my bait. I see he's still hanging out too, chasing a bait fish up into here. Nice to see. Oh, he's still doing it, or it's still happening. I don't know if it's the same fish. I don't know if that was a fish or someone threw something over here. Whoa, yeah, I'm getting hit now. Look at, oh man, you see him just, he came and he, it's like he came up here, grabbed something and swam off with it, but it looked like a marshmallow, something white in his mouth. Come up here and grab my bait. Oh, maybe I need to switch back to the shrimplet because it was doing a lot better over here than these, but we're sure to get a bite eventually. It must be, like the other day, I had a bad session on this ditch and there was tons of fish activity. They were busting bait all over the place, and the reason why I couldn't get a lot of catches going on is because the fish were preoccupied with all that live bait that was there. It was like a huge amount of small mosquito fish, type of molly. Whoa, there's a big one right there. And the fish were just gorging themselves on that. So it meant just less hits on my fly. I see shrimp here. Oh, there we go. We finally got something on those Suckley jigs. It's because they're hitting little baits, so little baits are still working. This is a white trout, I believe. So what did I say? One for the cat, one for the coon, one for the coon, one for the cat. There we go. Let's go feed a marsh puppy. All right, we're just gonna keep rolling here because the marsh puppy's literally around the corner because Ray is throwing his cast net. And this is, oh, I was like, am I ever gonna get that fish on the hook? There we go. He sees me coming and he don't know what to do. He's like in backup freeze frame mode. Maybe we won't pressure you too hard and we'll just give you a nice Nolan Ryan softball there. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's a bit of a bobtail, isn't he? Mm-hmm. He got a short tail. All right, let's see if I can get one more. We are after midnight.
That's right where my line's off.
He's talking about a blow up. Not his line's not where I just threw. But there's still a lot of, there we go. Ah, we had a hit. Still a lot of fish. We're fishing the shrimplets. Ray and I were earlier, before we got here, when we were on our way here, we were talking about how we would possibly just call it around midnight. Look at all these fish down here, guys. Come on. There we go. Finally. Got my last fish. Oh! There we go. But it's a speck, an undersized speck. So when a fisherman says that he just wants to catch one more, that probably means 2 or 3. You just got to learn how to translate these things and interpret it. It's not that he's lying. It's just that he finds it so hard to stop when there's just so many down there still, right? Something just happened. Just like that. All the fish are gone. Gone right here underneath the light. They just like all of a sudden just phased out, moved out. They're moving away all of a sudden. The moon is probably at its highest point in the sky. Several days from now, we're going to have a super moon, full moon. When this moon here gets a little bit more in the direction of where it's going to set eventually, like when it gets closer to the horizon, just like last night, it should be like bright orange. But we don't have that time to wait for it go beat orange. And oh, the fish are not here anymore. What's up is the tide just hit that pivotal moment. It's changing, it's moving. So in fact, just a little bit after midnight, perfect time to call it, because just like that, it's totally different. And yeah, you're right. Hey, thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing. Yeah, you're right. Commenting, being a member of the channel, and definitely subscribing. Yeah, you're right. If you look down in the description, there is a link to Homeboy's channel. That's Ray from Rigged PFA. And yeah, you're right. I will see you next time.